Yo, this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So I made a little video about the best budget controller on the market a little while ago.
The world's fastest licensed Xbox controller.
The one thing in that video that I couldn't talk about, although I talked about all the things that were amazing, I couldn't comment on durability because I hadn't had it for long enough and there wasn't really enough reviews around at the time for me to be able to take stake from that either. I thought, given some new information that's come to light, that it wouldn't be fair to leave that other video up without at least putting a follow-up on to talk about what I found out and my comments on the durability now that we have had it out for quite some time. For you today, I have some bad news followed by some good news, depending on your outlook on good news, I guess. If you're planning on getting one or you already have one, this might sway you or might make you make a different decision, depending on what you think about what I'm going to tell you. If you do stick around to the end of the video, however, I will give you my new best choice that has taken over this one, given these durability issues that we have come across. If this all sounds good and you would like to support a tiny wee creator, click that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, but means the world to me and helps me massively. Approaching 3,000 or something now, which is a massive, massive number, which is absolutely amazing. So thanks so much if you are subscribed, and if not, click that sub button, helps me loads. Let's get to it. So, my good friend and biggest YouTube fan, DJ Luke Giras, sent me a little video of his brand new Victrix Gambit. Spoiler alert, the video wasn't telling me how amazing the controller was and how bulletproof it is. Here goes. So this is obviously less than ideal, and actually after some digging through reviews, not necessarily on Amazon because the bad ones seem to all be in different languages, but looking at reviews in all the different threads that I could find, this seems to be a common issue amongst many of the buttons and not just the triggers on the top. Now at the time in that video, I did say that the construction didn't feel that premium, but I did prefix that with the fact that that was the price and it was representative of the price that you were getting. The features and everything on it did outweigh the premium feel because you were getting some ridiculous things like the clutch trigger system, like the back buttons, so on and so forth. So generally it was a pretty fantastic bit of kit. But like I say, I couldn't comment on the durability, unfortunately. And at that time I did say that it felt a little bit cheapish and slightly flimsy. So I think that's where this has come from, that the issues are coming, that it's not made from amazing materials and that's the kind of trade-off that you're paying, and it seems like you're paying it in durability. It's not all bad though, because I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, why it isn't all bad. However, that isn't a great start though. Like I said before, I did think that because of that unpremium feel and because of the kind of flimsy stuff, the features were enough to counterbalance that at the time for the price. I now kind of have to retract that statement of counterbalance that the features outweighed the flimsiness because of the durability issue. In this day and age when loads of people are skint to the bone and struggling for cash and whatever else, it's kind of unreasonable to pay just shy of £100 for a controller like this and things like that to go wrong without a means to fix them. Also, a lot of the issues that I've reading are very early onset issues with. Everybody talks about all the time with controllers, obviously stick drift. Fortunately, I don't have any on my particular controller, but you can see from the reviews all over the place that they all do, and obviously Luke did as well in his case. So I'm afraid it's going to lose points on that. Now the fact that these aren't Hall motion sticks, we have no opportunity for replacement modules, and no real solid fix in terms of DIY fixes that I've been able to find on YouTube for this particular controller, things are not looking great. I'm kind of annoyed about this because if you watch my other video, you'd see how goated I talked about this controller being with the features you were getting for the price. It really seemed like it was too good to be true, and maybe in this case it potentially is. There wasn't really any downsides to it apart from the fact that it felt kind of cheap and the ghastly faceplates that you got, and there was no black option. Aside from that, there weren't really any downsides. What I do still hold hope for is the new Pro-Con Victrix Gambit Pro controller, which is the one that's a way step up from this, and I do hold out hope for that because some of the features here were pretty awesome and the thing looks like it's an absolute tank. The thing is that thing seemed to appear and disappear in a matter of days, which is pretty confusing. So if anybody out there is able to get me one or has one or knows where I can get one from without pre-ordering for weeks of waiting, let me know in the comments. It has interchangeable thumbsticks as well, which is going to be a way to change out the modules. Obviously you don't want to have to change them, but if you have to, you have the ability to. But the problem with this is it's the price almost of an Elite controller and of all the other things in the market, and I just don't know if it's going to have enough to stack up to its competition. Given what we know about this one, it's going to have to be an absolutely massive upgrade if it's planning to compete with them. But I do hold a lot of hope, so here's fingers crossed, because I did like this one so much until it decided to fuck up on people. Anyway, so the durability struggles. Where the good news comes in that I talked about before is that the customer service, in Luke's case and in a few other people's cases, seems to be absolutely, pardon me, fantastic. Unlike any of the competition elsewhere that just say, not my problem, sorry didn't mean it, it's broken, unfortunately that happens. I'm assuming somebody in the comments is going to tell me that they've had a bad experience, but that happens all the time. But from what I've seen and what I've read, the customer service is bang on. So from start to finish, it's taken people a few days to get their cases resolved and a new one sent out. Luke, the guy that sent me this video as well, he seemed to get his resolved within 7 days, which is very fast for a controller company to send out a replacement. Usually companies will just say, it's your fault, you broke it. But in this case, they've said, no, absolutely, we take responsibility and send it on, which gives me great hope for the future for this company, because if they're paying that much attention to people, then maybe they will fix the things that go wrong with the controller. So with all that in mind, like I said at the start, what do I suggest as a replacement for this? The PowerA Fusion 2 Pro controller. Much cheaper, amazing quality feeling controller, very much less issues all over the place. That is my pick for it. If you want to see me do a full breakdown of that, I'm going to film that soon. Click the subscribe button, press like, tell me what you think, and I will be releasing that relatively soon once I have it all filmed for you. So anyway, this was quite a short video just to run through a retraction of that video, I guess. If you have any thoughts, comments, or feelings on it, don't forget to leave a comment down below, and I will have a chat with you there. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.